Hey y'all, what's good? Hope y'all are doing well. So here we are on another episode of Straight Vibing with Lady J. Friday. I'm looking forward for Friday, the live vibe. So pass the word, come hang out for a little bit, and let's just chill. Nothing serious. It's gonna be fun shit. It's Friday. Got a little celebratory drink that I'll be sipping on. A little, we're gonna get lifted on Friday. It's what we do. It's a way to end the week, way to start the weekend. So today, I'd like to talk about whew, females and their emotions and the things they get into when they're in their emotions and in their feels. They get crazy, do dumb shit. Um, over the years, I've never been this one as far as I have 4 kids. And if me and my baby father have ever had a falling out, that is one thing I have never, ever, ever done is use my kids as a tool. I've never done that. And I've never understood the reasoning behind it. Let me get into this. Up here in where I'm from, when you're married and if you have kids and you decide to divorce, it's called parenting after separation. And they give you these tools to use, to parent, to co-parent, going through a separation and a divorce. And me and my ex-husband never had that beef. I've never used my kids to say, you can't see your kids because of this. I have heard it and seen it too often with even females that I know. It's like, well, I didn't get the child support payment, so you can't see your kid. And then those girls that say that shit, those are the ones that be out there turning up and all that shit. So basically, they want that money to go out and they fuck with their shit. So now they want to use the kid as a tool. And the thing is for the females that are watching this, if you fit into this mold, what is the point in doing that? Do you not realize how you're damaging the child? How you're stripping a child from, relationship with the child and its father? It's one thing if the father is, living a lifestyle or is in an environment that's going to be harmful to the child. I totally understand that. But in cases where a man is stepping up, and I say a man because it takes a man to raise a kid, and he's doing everything in his power to be there for that child. He's sending money, he's being there for the kid. And then your dumbass wants to go ahead and act up and act a fucking fool and talk that mess. Why? Well, what did that benefit you? Did it get you the results that you want? No, then you guys want to start acting stupid and be like, oh, keep that crazy bitch away from my kid. Da, 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 da. Okay, bitch, you must be mad because she's getting the good dick that you're no longer getting. You understand? So I see these females do this on the regular, and I know men personally that they're in tears and frustrated with the women that, are the mother of their children carrying on this way. And I have, said this before, and then lo and behold, I catch a story from, it's actually a guy that I dated, my ex. He was in a relationship with a female prior to us, and he had a daughter. He hardly ever seen her. You know, the mom really painted this really, awful picture about the father, all this kind of stuff, right? The girl turned 18. The dad decided to reach out, and, now that she's an adult, and the daughter didn't want to have anything to do with him. No, I don't want a fucking relationship with you. You this, you that, blah, 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 blah. Fast forward 8 years later, and now she's trying to reach out to him, and mend a relationship that's been stripped for 26 years because now she realizes and sees that her mom is a complete mess. And these images that she was putting in this kid's head, about the father was so false. And it was just because the woman was so hurt, so, and broken, now she stripped a relationship that can never be, restored. 26 years? How do you replace 26 years? You can't do that. And so I see this shit happen too often in females. I know I've been there, but that is one thing I've never done is used my kids. Never. And when I see this shit, and that's just not in the parenting sense. I mean, we as females were so catty, competitive, and all that shit. And we can do some shit. We can throw some shade. We can ruin a motherfucker's life. Especially men's. Oh man, I've been that chick. I mean, I was 8 months pregnant, and my baby daddy was no, I wasn't getting a response from him. So what did my dumbass do? I crawled up to the second floor. I did no joke, Spider-Man shit to make sure that he wasn't with another chick. I was young-minded then. I was dumb. And it's a phase. And like I said before in the last episode, you got to hold yourself accountable for that shit. And I mean, it wasn't recently, in recent years that I decided to, ooh, the lighting, you know, decided to, you know, address that. I mean, I've been addressed that situation for a long time ago, but the stuff that I've reached now, it's a totally different thing where the accountability I held for myself. But I just can't wrap my head around females that do this with these kids. Y'all ladies got to stop this, especially in this day and age when a kid needs both parents. Can't you co-parent effectively? Seriously, look at the father of your child. Is it really that bad? Y'all ain't gonna be together anyways. I mean, y'all living your separate life. So if you're doing your thing and being whoever you want to be with and all this kind of shit, why can't he do the same? Why do you deem it necessary to go ahead and start using your kids as a fucking tool? That shit just irritates the crap out of me. Like I see too many females doing this, and I see females, you know, I even have a situation where a baby mom's calling me and she's telling me some stuff, and oh, da 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 da. Now some of the stuff she told me was in line with what I heard from the baby father of that child, right? But I know how females can be. So as I'm listening to the story, I'm picking and choosing what I want to believe. And then there's certain stuff, and I'm like, yeah, I think you're just saying that because you're mad, because you're pissed. And, it just, I don't hurt for the baby mama. I don't hurt for the baby father. To a certain degree, my heart goes out to the baby father, of course, for obvious reasons, or the other parent. It doesn't matter. But this is the thing. It's the kid that my heart goes out to. Because this kid's being thrown in the middle for no fucking reason. This kid ain't did shit. The kid's just existing, growing, learning. And all of a sudden you see these behaviors. You know what I mean? I used to roll with a chick. Man, look, this kid on a school night, this kid would be up till 2 a.m. to make sure that mama wasn't going out to the bar based off of the freaking shit that the baby father was putting in the kid's head. At the age of, I believe it was 8 or 9, how the fuck do at 8, 9 years old, is a kid trying to run mom for not going out? Again, that's so because of the toxicity in that relationship between the mother and the father, whether it was when they were together or, even though they're separated and they're having this confliction. Here, this kid's programmed to this shit. And some cases, these kids are being molded to be disrespectful, disobedient, unappreciative, little hoodlums on the street. I mean, you see this time and time again. For decades, you've been seeing some people come out of broken homes a better version of themselves because they looked at it, that's the wokeness in them. They were like, nah, I'm not going to be that one. I'm not going to be the one that's going to fall into the trauma of what I was raised around and come up like that. I'm going to do better. I've seen that. I know that. I know of people like that. You know what I mean? And then, there's ones that they don't have that self-esteem or that belief in themselves that they can do better. So then they end up falling into a trap that, a lifestyle that just emulates what they were around. And y'all motherfuckers, I would call you motherfuckers because you're motherfuckers. You don't do this shit. Y'all can co-parent better than what y'all doing with that toxic shit. Controlling, manipulating, all that shit. Females, my fellow females, I love y'all, but I fucking hate y'all. I hate y'all at some point because I just see the shit that you bring on yourself and for innocent people around you. An innocent little kid or kids if there's more than one. For fucking what? What? Because you want to control and manipulate the situation to be where you want it to be. Not holding yourself accountable for saying I started that drama. I should not contribute to that, like, that thought process, that upbringing from my child. And you hear that. I'm trying to protect my child. I'm trying to protect my child. From fucking what? There's nothing to protect the child from other than from your shit because the dad is working. The dad is trying to be there for their child. I've seen it. I've talked to someone. I was associating with someone last summer that was going through it so bad. And every time he dropped that boy off, that he would be in tears because of what the bitch was putting him through for no reason. Like it was just, it broke my heart. And then, there's times he wants to see his dad, and then all of a sudden, I just want to go home. And the dad didn't do nothing. Okay, maybe there is more to the story that I don't know, but a grown ass man to cry for his son. No, man, I can't. I can't. As a parent, I can't see one faking tears for a kid if you truly love your kid and want the best for your kid and trying to protect your kid. And I've seen this all too much. And with the recent incident with this baby mama chick, I mean, I've only met the girl once, and she, and I'm seeing this, and I'm like, okay, I'm a speak on this shit because I'm hearing of this too often, seeing it too often for too many years, practically ever since I've become aware of what was going on, and I've just never been that one. And when I took that parenting after separation course when I was, divorcing with my first husband, it says that. They teach you that, or they give you the tools, not teach. They give you the tools on how not to talk bad about the other parent to the child. I've never done that. Never done that. Do you know what I mean? If there's certain things that are going on in the other person's life and in time, it would be like, okay, well, this is what's going on. Your mom or your dad wasn't making the right choices, and I was doing stuff to protect you because I didn't want you in that environment. If you have legitimate reasons to have that discussion with your kid, then have way with it. But to sit there and partake or to try to manipulate and control, man, I just don't. I just don't. I don't. I just don't. I can't wrap my head around that. I can't. It's so selfish. I'm not even going to say. And they use petty tactics, but it's bullshit. For the ones that do this, because I'm sure probably I know there's single dads out there too, or they're the primary resident for the child. Quit using your kids as a tool, man. Quit contributing to the toxicity, that's already in the world. Can you as adults do shit that doesn't involve your child and won't hurt your child? Can't you guys have a civil discussion and come to a civil agreement on how you can co-parent effectively without all the shit? How you can move on and be in other relationships without get that motherfucker away from my kid. Well, you gotta get that bitch away. Y'all stupid with that shit. Y'all stupid. And with females, we always looking for a reason to hate on somebody. Always. And especially if the dick was good. Shit. To know that the next woman's having it. Shit. Come on, man. You fucking serious? It's over. Your kid's 10, your kid's 17, whatever. It's over. You ain't getting that shit no more. So why the fuck you gotta act like a dumbass and do this shit? Males too. Males do some dumbass shit. Yo, in this day and age, a kid needs both their parents. Y'all need to fucking learn how to fucking co-parent and communicate effectively because this shit is just crazy. It's just crazy. And I know with the pandemic, I am so glad right now that my kids are grown. I see people having babies right now, starting their families and everything. And I'm just like, thank you, Jesus. I ain't one of them because it's so difficult now. You just not raising kids, but being in relationships. Relationships is different. You know what I mean? Like my grandparents were married for 75 years. Now motherfuckers give up too quick, or the accessibility to cheat and all this kind of stuff. Like I said before, y'all gotta do better versions of your stuff. Oh my gosh, hold on a second. Sorry about that. But I just can't wrap my head around all this shit. Like with being in relationships and stuff, it's a lot of work. If you got kids, make the kids, put the kids first. If you are having differences parenting together, why don't you agree to come together to find tools to make it easier to parent? Like, I don't understand that. It but I mean, to each their own. Everybody's different, right? Everybody executes their shit differently. But my thing to you, my message to y'all today, um, for the sake of the kids, if there's no unhealthy environment being exposed to the child, or bad behavior, or anything like that, there's no reason for you to do that shit to hold your kid back from having a relationship. You shouldn't even care what the other person's doing as long as it's not inflicting harm on the child or any form of toxicity on that child. It shouldn't matter at that point. It shouldn't. Relationships, that's another topic for another time. But I felt I wanted to talk about this because, like I said, I'm seeing it too much still to this day. And it's just grow the hell up. Grow the hell up. Love your kids. And if you love your kids that much, don't expose them to that. Because just like that one story I told you earlier about the girl, she don't want to have anything to do with her mom because she took that relationship from her daughter because she felt some kind of way about the baby father. And now there's 26 years that the daughter and the father can never get back. Think about that. For no fucking reason because the bitch was selfish. I'm sorry, that just breaks me. That just breaks me. It's one thing when, you lose a parent physically, they pass. That's under different terms. But because of one's selfishness, controlling and manipulation, baby, baby, come on. Get out of that. Get out of that mindset. Get out of that toxic mindset, that manipulate, because that's manipulation and control. That's really what it is. And a lot of us females have that in our DNA. I don't know why. God, why? I don't know. Some women act on it more than others. But when it comes to the children, man, especially the children, come on, y'all. So that's what I wanted to speak on. I don't know who'll watch this, who will forward this, but I'm sure the message will get to somebody who needed to hear this. And I hope this message helps you, and I hope you come woke and start holding yourself accountable. If you haven't seen any video prior to this, the one before this, it's talking about accountability, silence and accountability. Go check that right quick. Go look at about the accountability part. Hold yourself accountable for you trying to be manipulating and controlling in a situation that you didn't need to be because you were being selfish and hurting a child in the process, not realizing it. And I understand that you don't think of that when you're doing these things. It's to protect the kid, at what cost, for what? The kid wasn't in any harm's way. It's because you're dumb. You're dumbassed. You're hurt. You're scoring. Whatever. So I love y'all. I speak on shit, and like I said, I don't expect any of y'all to believe me or to heed my every word. Like I said, I ain't God. I just speak through experience and from what I hear and see it in my environment and people I associate with. So everything that I give to you is based off of all those things. It's up to you to decide if you want to take it and, you know, utilize it in some form. That's part of my straight vibe. So Friday, I look forward to seeing y'all. Oh my gosh, on a live tip. I'm curious to see who's here, who won't be. I mean, I'm just looking forward just to vibing, doing this YouTube shit. I never thought I'd be doing this, but I'll be doing it. So yeah, Friday will be, it'll be a little waviness, play some music. I'll have my little flickety flick of the lights going off. Yeah, it's gonna be a nice little vibes on Friday. So we will be at what I say, 8:30 Eastern. Did I say that right? Man, look, 8:30 Eastern, right? Man, look, I got so many time slots in my head. I think I said 8:30 Eastern, if I remember correct. So go check the slots. Go check the ads on my Instagram. If you're not on my Instagram, it's Straight Vibing with Lady J. I love y'all. Thank you for the love and support. Continue being a better version of you. Mwah. And until the next vibe, y'all stay breezy. Love, peace, and straight vibing. Talk to y'all later. In the words of my girl. That's a logo from one of the ladies I know. And yeah, I kind of took it, but I thought it was cool. Anyways, I'm done here. I'm done. I love y'all. See y'all later.